action in the Cutthroat MMA welterweight division.
Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10%.
Clearly broken and no one knows what to do. Pieces of the puzzle don't fit so
Good athlete, trains under Danny Gilbert, Adam Ward, one of his training partners, Jake Murphy as well. We're also watching right now one of his training partners, Matt Giancarlo from ChicagoMMA.net, who I know is watching the stream on CutthroatMMA.com. Very interesting matchup. Styles make fights, Dan, and this one should be very compelling.
Yeah, Muthart really looking crisp with his boxing, looks comfortable, gets a shot in, only increases his confidence, lets those hands go a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, see if he gets any more damage in.
Let him go, Lawrence.
And now in the clinch right now, both men going at it toe-to-toe here. Nice front kick by Lawrence Dunning. And a 1-2, and Muthart answers with his own.
Yeah, Muthart again, confident with his hands landing early, but now that he's getting hit, you wonder if he's going to go away from it or stick with it.
Ray Flores, Dan Funes, cage side here at the jam-packed Hammond Civic Center. You know, Muthart wants to show his striking ability. He's counter-punching Lawrence Dunning. Now he goes in for the takedown and puts him on his back. That is a signature Gilbert grappling double leg takedown.
Yeah, solid double leg. Muthart looked good on his feet, was landing a nice, good combination, but immediately saw the opportunity for a takedown, said easy takedown, I'm going to take it, dove right in, got it right to side control. Obviously getting a little bit caught up in the half guard here, but still looking good.
You can hear the guys from Valco Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu letting him know to stay in full guard. Muthart now looking for a guillotine is Lawrence Dunning. You know, in England, and having been over there several times for a show out there, Dan, their wrestling is not where it's supposed to be, or they don't have amateur wrestling, but they do have amateur boxing coming up, so their striking ability, and do they have a chin on them, fighters out in England per se, and Lawrence Dunning is certainly an indication of that, and I know he's been working very hard with his jiu-jitsu under Jay Valco.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. I mean, this is not a wrestling competition. Once you pick up the fundamental wrestling arts, then you can transfer that immediately to MMA. So you don't necessarily need to have a long history of wrestling to be effective as an MMA fighter. And then you add the Brit toughness. Man, these guys do make some good opponents. They make some good challenges for you once they get over here.
You can throw it. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, Dan, and they still keep coming at you. I mean, as Muthart, and I'm very impressed by Muthart. I mean, his striking has really gotten a lot better. Look at that 1-2 with an uppercut that grazes the whiskers of Lawrence Dunning. And now he goes for a takedown. He has him guessing now.
Yeah, excellent switch off to the takedown. It was a beautiful combination. Led with that hook, again, impressive hook, and then followed it up with a nice crisp uppercut that snapped the head back. And then, what do you know? He switches levels, goes right for a takedown, keeping him guessing, like you said.
Muthart is trying to overwhelm Lawrence Dunning. Now, a little bit of some blood trickling down from the left eye of Lawrence Dunning, as Muthart's doing a fantastic job. And now he's trying to jump in. Oh, a right hand that lands. And again, Muthart looks sensational here tonight.
Yeah, Dunning woke up just at the very end of that, got his hand right in there before he was able to land flush, because that was a bomb.
And more blood trickling from the left side of the eye of Lawrence Dunning. The transplanted Chicagoan or Londoner, now residing in Chicago. As he comes up, Dunning rises to his feet, but controlling the head is Brad Muthart.
Yeah, this is some real classic wrestling right here. Head control, keeping in tight, that front headlock position, but he lets him go, disengages, and wants to go back to the striking. And there we see a little bit of that blood now. Doesn't look to be streaming, doesn't look to be getting in the eye, but obviously taking a little bit of damage.
Sensational, and again a takedown, but a beautiful sprawl. That was a Beautiful sprawl by Lawrence Dunning. But still, Brad Muthart wants to stand and bang, and Dunning seems to be fading towards this in the latter parts of round 1.
Yeah, like I said, just pick up the fundamentals, explore the rest of the arts. You're not going to compete as a wrestler in this sport. Beautiful sprawl, but man, now you got to deal with this guy's hands and bombs coming from this corner, from the red corner right now.
And a knee that lands by Dunning. Now Dunning going, and Muthart seems to be gassing a little bit, and now Lawrence Dunning keeps coming back. It is that English toughness that you alluded to, Dan, earlier.
Yeah, you see with every little punch, it's knocking him off his balance just a little bit. It's an indication of gassing, but man, the guy is tough. He's hanging in there, hit him with a nice stiff jab to let Muthart know that he was still in this fight. And now blood is streaming from some area. I don't see where.
How do you have it?
Oh man, I gotta give that to Muthart. I mean, even the doctor had to get in. Obviously, he's gonna be hit a little bit more now that we see some of the technique coming on the side of Muthart, who is looking a little bit fresher.
Now, Muthart is displaying and exhibiting his striking ability here tonight, and also how he wants to show how far his game has come, because when he started, he relied on that strong wrestling base, and now he is banging with a banger.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things. Like I said, you pick up the fundamentals in the different arts. Muthart has obviously a strong wrestling background. Great shot we saw in the first round. Now working those basic combinations. You know, this is not a boxing match. You don't have to put together 7, 8 hit combinations. You put together 2, 3 shot combinations, and you do some damage, right?
I completely agree. And look at the nose of Lawrence Dunning. When they come back, Dan, to the broadcast position, his nose is busted. I mean, I'm wondering. I mean, that is a gash on the nose, on the face of Lawrence Dunning. That's a deep gash.
Yeah, you know what? It's a little cut right at the bridge of the nose, but it's opening up, and what that tells us is that Muthart is landing again and again. You never know what it's going to take to finally break that nose. If he keeps hitting that bullseye, we might see a lot more blood.
Bang, bang, bang goes Brad Muthart, and Muthart now stepping in and going to the body. Muthart doesn't like that very much, and Dunning again keeps coming, but going for a takedown. Muthart rising back to his feet. Lawrence Dunning, one thing that cannot be questioned, Dan, is the toughness and the tenacity of Dunning.
Yeah, Dunning said, forget all this. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to dig to this body. And he does it again. I tell you what, that was a solid shot, and it's that left hook right to the liver, and that will hurt you and slow you down, regardless of how much cardio and wind you have. Once you get that liver touched, it will knock a lot of that stamina meter off.
But Muthart answers back with the right hand across the top. The fans are getting treated. A fantastic job of matchmaking by Cutthroat Tony and making this fight happen. Styles make fights, as we touch on many times, and this fight from a stylistic standpoint is extremely compelling.
Yeah, you know, Dunning, maybe not equally on par with the striking, but the toughness is keeping him in this, like you said, the tenacity, and he says, you know what, I'll take my damage, but I'll keep answering.
You know, Lawrence Dunning is of the inkling that he'll take 9 or 10, honestly, to give 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think at this point he doesn't really have a choice. I think that the strikes have been compiling and adding up, but I tell you what, those body shots, 1 or 2 of those body shots seems to be having more an effect, and now he's on top position.
And now Lawrence Dunning is on top of Brad Muthart. Now, at this juncture of the fight, Dan, do you believe that Dunning has enough to possibly stop Brad Muthart, who has been showing signs of just getting stronger as the fight progresses?
Yeah, it's all about tipping the table. It's all about that tilt, the pace. And now that he's got the advantage, he's going to have better cardio.
He's going for that Kimura or a straight armbar, but it is Brad Muthart who brings his arms right back. In the cradle position is Brad Muthart.
Yeah, Dunning taking over. It's, again, that positive encouragement, that risk-reward. Anytime you land something and you're successful, it only encourages you to do more damage, to work harder. If you know that it's working, you know that you're doing damage, your instincts take over, especially a tough guy like this. He's going to want to go in for the kill.
Now, Dan, you have fought inside this building. I mean, this is a historic venue, the Hammond Civic Center. So many great fighters have fought in and out of here. How amped up do you get to step inside this cage and fight here at the Hammond Civic Center as you were able to do?
Man, you know what? You know you're following some deep, wide footsteps, so you got to put on a show when you come out here. The crowd expects it. Cutthroat expects it. Your opponent expects it. If you're not ready to respond, you're not ready to go out on your shield, you will be quickly shown the way out.
This is a fantastic fight, without a doubt, between Muthart and Dunning. And it is the heart of Dunning. He's pushing Muthart in this second round. I still would give the edge to Muthart, Dan, but still, he is being pushed.
Yeah, I think in this second round, it's all Dunning. As much as that first round was all Muthart, Dunning is now really putting some work in. Those body shots really paid off, man. That's why coaches always want you to go to the body. They rack up, they do damage, and now to the head does Dunning go, and he lands clean where he wasn't able to find that target earlier on.
Lawrence Dunning going ahead, and 10 seconds to go in the second round, nearing the final stretch of the round 2. Lawrence Dunning, Brad Muthart. We'll see a third round. And you can hear now, Dan, on your scorecards, how do you have it through 2?
Clear cut. Both rounds are split. Winner take all in this round. Now that you guys are both tired, now that you guys have both done a little bit of damage, who really wants to take it more? Dunning, though, was the tougher guy. You kind of lean towards him if he's just able to gut it out and put some effort in.
I'm extremely impressed by both Muthart and also Lawrence Dunning. Round 1 was clearly in the favor of Muthart. Dunning comes out in round 2 and is pushing it and is just gutting it out, a gutsy performance. And that's just, it's all heart, man. Muthart looks fantastic. I mean, both guys are fighting at a high level, Dan.
Yeah, Dunning just pushing forward. Knows that technically I can't stay in the pocket with this guy. I got to push forward and really take over, and that's what he's doing right now. Muthart, a little bit more technical, but he's going backwards. No power on those punches.
Lawrence Dunning is stepping in and going downstairs, upstairs. He hit and blasted Muthart with a left hook, his best punch of the fight, and a takedown though for Muthart. Yeah, if I'm a judge, this is this is very difficult to score.
Yeah, you know what? Muthart's corner was calling for a right hand, and you're thinking, well, wait a second. We saw who clearly was a better wrestler in the first round. And Muthart went back to that. Got a clear-cut takedown, dominant position. Now it's on him to score, work away, impress the judges.
And now more blood trickling on the face. He's a bloody mess. Is Lawrence Dunning. Brad Muthart is just bloodied up, and you could see the blood on the left eye, the right eye, the nose. It's a crimson mask right now.
Yeah, he's got that crimson mask, like you said. On his back, that blood is going to slowly start trickling into his eyes, and it's going to present a problem.
Dunning has got to rise to his feet and get active because Muthart is going to grind out this third and final round.
Yeah, you know what? It's always the conundrum. Do you score the fight for the guy that's on top, even though he's not doing any damage? But it's on Dunning. Dunning, you're in an inferior position. You got to get back up. You're not a jiu-jitsu wizard. You got to get out of there and do some damage on your feet.
Brad Muthart is just blasting away on, and he caught an up kick coming in. And the fans who and nine here, jam-packed Hammond Civic Center here in Hammond, Indiana. Coming up to his feet is Dunning, but Muthart trying to control that head.
Yeah, Dunning does a good job of throwing a couple up kicks and tries to just pop right back up to his feet. He gets
there. And look at Dunning. His face is just covered in blood, but he still keeps coming forward.
Yeah, when you're fighting a fire, sometimes you just step in there. It's better to get burned a little bit and just go in there than stay on the outside and get scorched. And that's what Dunning is doing. You hear that metaphor a lot in this sport. This is a perfect example of it. And the sprawl.
And he winds up on top. Dunning winds up on top.
Beautiful effort from both these guys.
And right now it is Lawrence Dunning digging downstairs, coming to his feet. What a fight here at the Civic Center.
Yeah, you remember what worked for you earlier in the fight. You remember that liver shot. Oh, beautiful knee coming up. Oh, these combinations are hard, ladies and gentlemen. We hear them from this side of the cage. Clinch work, going to the body again is Dunning, and Dunning, man, he's getting the job down there.
Dan, this is a war of attrition. We hear it time and time again, but this is all heart, guts, and determination on both fighters' ends. Muthart is coming out and trying to finish strong, but Dunning will not go away.
Yeah, Dunning is constantly going forward, chasing. But
Nice takedown by Muthart. That may have sealed the deal.
beautiful takedown. Realized, again, maybe I'm not winning here as much as I was earlier in the fight. You start getting hit enough, you're going to want to go back down to the ground. Beautiful change of level, great shot, gets right into top position, but he's got to do some damage here. We can't forget the shots that he took over here in this corner. He's got to really start scoring if he wants this round.
You know, Dunning did score midway through the third, but the beginning, and dare I even say, the majority of the closing, the third round, and now going for a triangle was Dunning. But Muthart has still been in control in this third round.
Yeah, Dunning just going for broke, realizes, hey, maybe I'm not a black belt, maybe I'm not the greatest jiu-jitsu guy, but I got to try something. Threw up a triangle, and, hey, you got to give him credit for trying. And you know what? He's in a good position again. He's out, he's on his feet, this is where he wants to be.
This is a great barometer, a nice takedown by Muthart. 10 seconds to go in this, their third and final round. Brad Muthart and Lawrence Dunning are just letting it all hang out here at the Hammond Civic Center, and this one is in the books. What a fight between Lawrence Dunning and Brad Muthart. After 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges saw it the same, 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Brad Muthart.